us a win, you. Give us a win, you. In blue we stand, united we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Justice rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We will conquer all. Give us a win, yo. 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 In blue we stand. United we rise. The banters they throw, we are rising again. No matter the cost. Give us a win, yo. Give us a win, yo. In blue we stand. United we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Justice rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We conquer all. Give us a win, yo. Give us a win, yo. Give us.
Banger. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Liverpool Chelsea preview. Literally. The next game is Sunday. So we are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We are 4 days away. Ooh-wee. This shit about to be good, guys. Anyway, so you guys have already heard my thoughts. So today, as the great content creator that I am, as the great Democrat that I am, instead of me shitting on Chelsea for an hour without a Chelsea rep, today we have 3 Chelsea reps to talk. And instead of you hearing my Liverpool opinions on Chelsea, I got 2 other Liverpool fans alongside me. And listen, this is like, honestly, I have to say my second favorite, because my favorite is Tom Little, because I bully him all the time. So it's just flawless victories. So it's just like I get a W every single stream. So yeah. Anyway, joining us on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, is the only man whose biceps can compete with mine in the world of YouTube. Man like Rax is in the building. How you doing, Rax, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Fresh from the gym, just posing away in the mirror as I usually do. As I'm sure the chat obviously appreciate week in, week out. I get the positive comments, and that's the real reason I come back, Husam. The football chat is good, but it's the ego boost that I get from the chat. So big up the chat, big up you for having me back. And I've got a visitor, and you'll probably see him at some point during the stream. I'll leave that as a surprise. Yeah, you'll see.
Cat or dog?
There's only one right answer. Look at this on cue.
Oh,
on cue, you see that?
My God. You know how much I hate dogs, honestly.
You know what? You know what's funny? Okay, so I'm dog sitting. My business partner. This is my business partner's dog. His name is Buster. And my business partner, all his family,
the dog
Chelsea
or the partner?
No, the business partner, and they're all Chelsea fans as well. So I guess you could say he's arguably a Chelsea fan as well. So it's kind of 4-3, although I'm not sure if we're going to get much insight from him.
The dog is a Chelsea fan.
Possibly, I think so.
What's the dog's name again?
His name is Buster.
Buster.
Yeah.
Fuck you, buddy.
Fuck you, Buster.
Fuck you, Buster.
Sorry,
Hold that, Buster. Hold that, Buster. You prick. You little bitch. Hold that, Buster. Hold that. This is what you get for supporting Chelsea. Hold that, Buster. Ugly ass dog. Get out of here, man. Get that dog out my face. Bring a cat next time. Make sure the cat is a Liverpool fan. Anyway, joining us next on the channel, me and him and Rax are going to take a day off from arguing. You get me? Because today we come together. And listen, me and Rax, I know what's happening here. Salah Mane, very easy. So I'm wondering if this guy is going to be Samed Yassel or Firmino on today's stream. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I hope he's going to be like Firmino, inshallah, because he does like to rattle Chelsea. Man like Ram is in the building. How you doing, Ram, man?
All right, don't worry, bro. Be Firmino settings. I'm talking link-up play, everything. I will be there, Sam. Don't worry. And opposite to what Rax says, the chat likes to cuss me all the time. So F you, chat. And F all of you that are in here watching this stream. But big up at the same time for actually coming and watching the stream as well.
So you're okay. You know what? It is fair enough. As long as you know, as they say, no publicity is bad publicity. Even if they cuss you all the time, at least you're getting noticed, which is a good thing. So yeah. Anyway, so now we start with the Chelsea scumbags, the Chelsea frauds. We start with the frauds, and the biggest fraud of all frauds, by far, the fraud with the soundboard. He just gonna click a soundboard every time someone makes a claim. Thing. Oh my God, I have a Husam effect on my soundboard. Fraud. DJ Casually FC is in the building, guys. Man like Marshall in the building.
Oh my God!
You cued it, so I had to.
Uncue. That's good. Good timing.
Big up. Thank you. It comes with experience. Very much.
Good timing, unlike Nicholas Jackson.
Oh well,
Hey.
we'll see. We'll see about timing.
You
in a
started
few
already.
days,
You started
ladies and
already.
gents.
You started already.
It
What can I
started
say?
already.
The
Listen,
shot started early.
speaking on timing, I'm waiting for the time to come so that I can see the downfall of Don Husam off of YouTube for a week, because God only knows the embarrassment he's going to face when Chelsea come to Anfield and show him that this is not Pochettino's Chelsea. This is Enzo Maresca's Chelsea. And it's going to be a very different Chelsea.
When we
And big up
beat you in the
to
FA
the
Cup
dog
final,
who's
was
a
that
Chelsea fan as well.
Pochettino's
Big up
Chelsea?
to that dog.
When we beat you in the FA Cup final, was that Pochettino's Chelsea?
Yeah, it was something. It was something.
When we beat you in the Carabao Cup final
It was-
before that FA Cup final, was that Pochettino's Chelsea?
What was it? The penalties one, right? Or we went to penalties?
I'm
I'm just saying, you couldn't beat us in full time when it was
What we're
Tuchel.
gonna do? Two shell
Big up
tax?
Tuchel.
Not do that.
No Tuchel tax. Praise Tuchel.
You think you're gonna get something next week?
I think so.
Okay, wait. You just
You want
made
my
the list.
address? You're gonna send me? You're gonna send me something?
Yeah, I just added your name
Send
to
me
the
a
list.
fun box.
Marshall.
He's
Marshall
added
name
your
on the
to
list. right now. I have a list of
What? You wrote me on your death note? What's going on?
No.
man?
I have a list of all Chelsea fans who think they're gonna get something at Anfield.
That's a long list. Oh
Yeah,
my
it's long
days.
list. I'm gonna show you.
Husam,
Right
what have
now.
you been doing on your time off?
Bro, listen, bro. Don't ever think this thing is a joke, bro. This is real life.
No, you're right. If
Anyway.
one thing, every Chelsea fan has you at the top of their list. That's one thing you say you can accomplish.
That is fair.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
public enemy number one. Anyway, joining us on the channel next, you get me. Surfing in the summer. It's not summer. What the hell is it called now? Autumn.
Winter.
It's
No,
not,
it's not
it's not winter
autumn.
yet. It's autumn.
Seasonal surfer.
Or the fall of the US people from the
It
US.
is winter,
right?
bro. It feels like winter.
Fall, autumn. Yeah,
It's
it is
true.
what it is. Anyway, surfing in the fall. Man like Andrew is in the building. Hi, doing, Andrew?
We're gonna back my fellow Chelsea mates, so you know.
Do you think you're gonna get something at Anfield?
That's an open-ended question for any answer, isn't it? Really, what are you talking about on the pitch?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, you should have specified.
Gonna go for a pie before the game. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, you just made the list.
Unlike Ram, respect to the chat, respect to the great chat. That's all.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Respect to the chat. But yeah, all good. Wait and see what people think. But yeah, ready to go. Let's do this.
The Bridge Nation is in the
that's
location,
broad.
ladies and gentlemen. No domination because he's wearing hat in reverse, which no one does that because it's not 2011 anymore. But the man, the myth, the legend, man like Ahmed is in the building. How do you, Ahmed? Love you.
Sorry, I can't control the crowd, Ahmed. I tried.
You're on mute, Ahmed.
See, that's also why they boo you.
Oh, listen, man, they hate me because they love me so much. But listen, big up to everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Obviously, bad hair day today, so I had to put a cap on. That's all. I hope you all do well.
Do you think you're gonna get something at Anfield?
We'll see, inshallah. That's how I'm gonna put it.
There you are. Can you give me your prediction?
We'll find out, innit? We'll find out after the break.
Husam, that's a yes, mate. That's a yes.
So Ahmed is not making the list. Yeah, let me show you guys.
I'm just gonna say let's talk about the game and then we'll find out afterwards. How about that?
Habibi, I'm editing the list. Yeah.
Don't worry, man. You can edit the list afterwards as well. How
Surfer,
about
you
that?
know what? It's probably his groceries list, and then he just
No, it's not.
flipped it over and
List
started
of
putting like Chelsea fans on there.
Right
It's
here.
actually typed out. It's fully typed
Yeah.
out.
Bloody hell,
course.
yeah,
Oh, look at that. This is a long list, Husam. Oh,
Mr.
my
What?
days.
Bloody hell.
Is Mr. Iqbali? Is that actual Mr. Iqbali, or is there like
That was the
another-
serious Iqbali.
Absolutely.
If that was the serious Iqbali, would it be smart to cuss out Chelsea? I'd ask for $1 million and do Chelsea prop.
Nah,
You
but
never
on a
know.
serious
I
note,
think
on a
you'll do
serious note, I think we will draw today. I think so. I think we'll get a point. Definitely, Anfield.
Oh, Jesus
I say that. I
Christ,
can
bro.
say
I'll
that.
add that to the list.
Add him to the list.
Why'd you invite this Chelsea fan? Give me the dog instead of this guy.
All these
Add him to the
Chelsea
list,
fans-
bro.
You know what I mean? I'm not
Sunday
here
on
to
the watch along,
do.
inshallah.
I'm not here to do fake chest. I'm here to do controlled
No,
chest.
no problem.
How about
If
that?
Ahmed doesn't believe it, it's okay.
Fuck, what do you
By the
mean?
way, if I went on an Arsenal Liverpool preview before the Emirates game, I'm not gonna go like I'm gonna win at the Emirates just so I can show chest. What kind of footy judge mode tactics is this? Let him speak his honest opinion. Fraud, DJ. Anyway, so all the names are on the list. Any Chelsea fraud who want to make the list, comment right now. I'll add you on the list. Yeah, but I just made it Kevin because you put 7 Evan, and that's not a real thing. So you can hold that. So yeah, if any of you hide this Sunday, we're gonna have problems. When I call, I'm gonna be taking attendance at the start of the watch along. I'm gonna be taking attendance. I'm gonna saying, Dan Smith, are you here? If he says if there is no comment, there will be X on his name. So he better be here. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. How many people have we gotten here already? We've already have 300 people here. If you haven't yet liked the video, you're such a fraud. You're the biggest fraud in the universe. Look at the beauty that we're giving you in terms of entertainment. You get me? So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're watching this on the replay or now, subscribe to Casual FC. That's where you find Andrew and Marshall. Subscribe to the Bridge Nation in the location. That's where you find Ahmed Nation. Subscribe to the Ram Stand. That's not where you find Ram, but hopefully one day that's where you'll find them. And go follow Rax on Twitter. So yeah, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like the video. And today I want to do something different. Meaning, I want the Chelsea fans to tell me their thoughts on Liverpool, and the Liverpool fans to tell me their thoughts on Chelsea. Now, as the visiting side, it's only fair that we start with the Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans' thought on Liverpool. And I'm going to start actually with the guy who probably has the best ball knowledge, other than myself on this panel. Man like Ahmed. Talk to me, brother. What do you make
That's
of
what I'm
Liverpool?
talking about.
Fuck.
See, you
By
know,
the way, I supported the Bridge in the summer when he said he wanted Alexander Sorloth when you all laughed at him. That's a W take. He plays better for Norway
This
than
guy
Haaland.
wanted to keep Conor Gallagher. What are we talking about?
And he
as a bench option,
Bro.
as a bench option,
No,
as
you
a
wanted
bench
to
option.
start. That's
You know what I mean?
right.
Listen, as a bench
This
option,
guy
the man
wanted to
that
bring
brought us started.
Dallo from United as a bench option, a third
Listen,
option.
yeah,
Dallo.
because listen, what we're hating on our striking force right now. Imagine how
This man still rates Bradley Barcola.
Bradley Barcola is scoring more goals than some of our wingers. Have shame,
Barcola
please.
is shit,
Oh, listen,
bro. Move
we're
on.
not talking about Chelsea here. Okay, listen,
Barcola's shit.
we're here to back each other, man.
Barcola is shit. Move on.
Breathe, man. Okay, but now on a serious note, I think with Liverpool, I think obviously, I would say I'm a little bit surprised, obviously under Slot, and at the same time, kind of not surprised. But I think I'm unsurprised in the sense that obviously because he still kept some of these really talented world class players, it has made I think the transition from Klopp ball to Slot ball I think a lot more easier. I think the thing that surprised me the most, I would say, is his ability to actually get talent out, particularly of Gravenberch, of the opposition he faced so far, particularly in the sense that I think the way he's made Gravenberch looks been amazing. Yes, maybe some people might say obviously the opposition, etc. But listen, that time's already coming now. But I think he's looked really good so far. Luis Diaz is another one. I don't know what he's done with Luis Diaz. Under Klopp, my brother used to be just the 1v1 demon, and then after that it was inshallah. You're gonna find out later. But I think he actually has made him look pretty good so far. I think in general the team looks a lot more solid out of possession, which is something that you guys kind of suffered from a lot under Klopp, particularly in that last season. Out of possession, your formation and everything like that wasn't so great. It allowed teams to counter you quite well, in my personal opinion. Whereas now I feel like you're a bit more methodical, at least in your attack. in my personal opinion. You're a bit more, you choose your moments a bit more better compared to where it's consistently attack, if that makes sense, under Klopp. So I think, listen, I'll give Liverpool that credit. Obviously, there might be that little bit of, like saying, obviously the opposition, but again, you can only face who you're facing so far, and what you've done so far is well. So listen, I look forward to facing you guys, obviously, at Anfield.
Marcel and Andrew, this is your part to talk.
Yeah. So listen, I think we'll waiting to see how Arne Slot got on. Obviously, no signings. Usually, new manager comes in, you bring 3 or 4 bodies in that sort of that the new manager's guy, something like that. So the fact that he's got them all on song, all on his side pretty much earlier on since they were since their club for about 7 years is very impressive. I mean, Gravenberch is no one, not even the most ardent Liverpool fan would expect Gravenberch to be performing like this. I mean, he was probably
hell no.
No chance in hell.
Anyone who told you he expect Gravenberch to play like this is a liar, and tell him Husam told you to tell me you're a liar to your face.
I agree.
That's BS.
They are BS. It's actually BS. I mean, Luis Diaz looking like Ahmed said, looking like how he did when he first joined in 2022 January, getting the goals in. I mean, yeah, and the defensive record is very, very good, and it's very impressive. I'm not for this all who Liverpool faced, but if you lost to them guys, you'd be ripping Liverpool apart. So they've done their job. Do you know what I mean? Apart from Forest, like us, we dropped points to Forest. It's been a very, very good start. Very, very good start to the season. What I find impressive is I don't think Mo Salah's relied upon in the first 7 games as much as previously, which is a very good sign for Liverpool. Like with the likes of Diaz popping up, Jota here and there. I don't think Nunes scored this season. I can't remember.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, but what I mean is it's not all on Salah. Do you know what I mean? Salah's still doing his thing as per usual, and all I can say is it's very impressive. Arne Slot, I mean, that's going to be one of the highlights of the season where he just destroyed Ten Hag's tactics in about 60 seconds. Do you know what I mean? Even at the end of the season, still people will recall that. But yeah, it's a very impressive start. The only thing that's probably, like I said to you, Sam, that Liverpool fans are really worried about is the contract situation, right? That's the only real things that Liverpool fans are really.
And the fact you ain't spent any money. That's the
exactly. Yeah, and what happens in January if you're in the title race in January? I know what you're going to say. You probably won't spend, but will they back Slot? Are they going to back Slot next summer? Do you know what I mean? Depending where you finish here, but this season's a very impressive start, man. Very impressive start.
Yeah, no, I mean, going off of what Andrew said, it's hard to deny that Liverpool have been impressive. Also, Husam, I got to say, you got 3 Liverpool fans, 2 Chelsea fans, and a Ren fan over here. What's going on, man? Listen, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, no, the gimmick's only just started. I can't stop something I just started.
You know what I mean? This is crazy, bro. Like, what is going on here?
Here's the thing. Because Ahmed likes to glaze you guys and all that stuff. That's fine. The reality of it is, and you Liverpool fans, I know you understand this. You understand that you haven't faced a very, very tough opposition just yet. I understand that the opposition that you have faced, like Andrew says, yes, we would have criticized it and landed it on you if you had lost. But that's because the expectation for Liverpool is high. The expectation for Liverpool is to be Ipswich. The expectation for Liverpool is to beat Brentford. United, yes, you could have slipped up there, but you didn't, which is good for you guys. And unfortunately, bad for the United fans. You can hold that. However, in the games that I've seen of Liverpool, you haven't been as convincingly well-rounded defensively as the stats seem to show, or the results seem to show. You can be had at, but if there were more of a clinical side against you, then I would have been more convinced that you are more defensively sound. You're not, conceding chances as often. And so for me, the reason I come at this game thinking that we can get a result, that we're not going to just be rolled over. Listen, at the end of the day, if we get a draw, I'm still happy with that. You guys will be disappointed. But for me, I'm looking at the results that you've had against teams we already faced. Nottingham Forest, we didn't lose. You guys did lose. Against Wolves, we clapped them 4-2. Or not even, 6-2. You guys 2-1. So against Crystal Palace, you got 1-0 victory. Good for you.
drew.
They got one shot. We drew. They got one shot, one world-class goal, a great opportunity, wonderful goal. But that was their only opportunity.
You lost to Servette.
Yeah, I mean, Servette, we don't talk about that. Were they trying? They were checked out. They were already qualified. Who knows? But regardless.
You beat Arrow 5-1. We beat West Ham 5-1.
Oh, that's good. Good. That's good. I didn't know about that result. Thank you.
Never.
But, however, point being is that, listen, this is a different Chelsea side. People want to say that, oh, Chelsea, you've been relying on your attack to win you games. No, not necessarily. And people who are saying that are not watching the Chelsea games. This manager is just as flexible as Arne Slot. He's doing well with what he has. We have no injuries going into this game. No injuries. Compared to last season with Pochettino, no injuries going into this game. Pochettino had 8 by now. So it is a very different Chelsea side. It's giving me a lot of confidence. I know that we're going to be missing Cucurella because of suspension. I know we're going to be missing...
brother. You're supposed to talk about my club.
Let's talk about Liverpool, please.
Yeah.
You're supposed to talk about my club. I'm going to talk about your club when we get to that part.
I'm talking... But regardless...
Talk about my club and then I'll respond.
Okay. Regardless...
Chelsea. Oh, we don't have Cucurella. Did Cucurella play for Liverpool? No, he doesn't. Hold that.
No, he does not. But I do think that with that team, regardless of those starters, I think they can go toe for toe with Liverpool. I think what Liverpool is going to come out with that is going to be hard to beat is that midfield. Gravenberch, I got to give him his praise. He's done phenomenal. McAllister is a very, very good midfielder. And then we look at the attack. You guys have a good attack. I'm not going to deny that. Mo Salah is Mo Salah. There's no disrespecting Mo Salah at all. Jota, on his day, very clinical. He can score a very good goal. Luis Diaz, on form this season. Even though, Husam, you might not believe that. You know, you're still holding the receipts.
Who says I don't
No, I don't know. Husam, when I asked you about it, you were like, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I was talking about the apologies. No one apologizes 7 games into the season.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to apologize, but he is on good form, and he's doing well. However, we will see. I think your defense isn't as solid as you think it is.
But I'll tell you my honest response to that before Rax and Rams weigh in as well on your shit Liverpool opinions, Marshall. I'll tell you the problem with your argument. I said the same stuff 3 weeks ago until City conceded goals to Ipswich, Brentford, Fulham twice at home. Until Arsenal, who I said was the strongest defense in the league, conceded goals to Southampton at home and twice to Leicester at home. So for me, we have to say that Liverpool have the strongest defense in the league. It's not a matter because all the other competitors have conceded goals to also lower class opposition. Yourself, this is not banter. You conceded goals to Palace, you conceded goals to etc. So like you look at the rest of the defenses in the league, we're the only one that are keeping these shit sides from scoring. So by definition, it has to be us. And it cannot just be luck. Because if we want to talk about moments, your club has had lucky moments this season. Man City has had lucky moments this season. We could go on and on and on. Man City against, admittedly by City fans, Man City should have lost to Fulham at home. Man City should have lost to Brentford at home. So if we want to talk about luck, we can play this game all day long. But we have to go based on the results, not luck or etc. And performances so far, I think the one performance we all 6 of us would agree was the shit performance was Forest. Other than that, the other games, we really deserve to win all of them. And even the Crystal Palace game, people point out, people forget in the first half could have been 3-0 up. In the first half alone, it could have been 3-0 up. Wolves was just a controlled performance. If it wasn't for Konate almost like literally scoring an own goal, he gave the ball to Wolves. If it wasn't for that, we were just dominant the whole game. Wolves couldn't get a sniff. So I think this new Liverpool side, which is a Liverpool of control, is not the Liverpool side that people are used to watching, meaning
high line, all that
happened.
Yeah,
Terry on the Football Terrace was like, yeah, but this isn't like what you guys did last year when you were dominant and you had 15 chances. I was like, yes, this isn't that side from last year, but we're gonna have to get used to it. I'm still trying to get used to it because the Klopp style and the gung ho and the press and all that shit, we don't play like this now. So it's a different. If I were to describe slot ball, it's essentially Guardiola plus total football from the Netherlands. So it's like a marriage of both. And it's like, because when we do attack as a one. But at the same time, we can also keep the ball pass left, pass right. So Yeah, that's what I'll say about slot ball so far this season. But I had to debunk that because Arsenal and City both considered to shit sides too. So if it's not us who's the strongest defense, then there's no other correct answer.
Yeah, and also when you look at the chances that we've conceded, although we have conceded chances, and even if you say, okay, the other teams have scored goals, but we've conceded chances, the other teams have also conceded better chances overall. If you want to look at expected assists and expected goals, so those stats aren't the be all and end all, but they're indicators. I agree. I also think sterner tests will prove where our metal lies, but I think we've all kind of said that. But right now, we look pretty solid. We'll give away the odd chance, but we will also create a fair number of chances. And if we can, some of our players like Jota, for example, has had a decent start to the season, but we know that he can, when he's really clinical, and we have one of the best forward lines. The area that people have knocked us for, and understandably so, correctly so, because we didn't strengthen in the summer. For the second summer in a row, really. I mean, we got McAllister last summer, but really we should have strengthened more than that, considering we lost Hendo and what's his bloody face last summer. Fab. So and Milner as well, regardless of what your opinions are on Milner. So, but we've actually looked decent in midfield. We haven't got that many injuries. I know there's been a couple of niggles here and there. Hopefully that's more sustainable as well. The fact that we're maybe not playing quite as intense, hopefully will mean that we don't get quite as many injuries, because we also know that there's going to be more games this season. So we need a fit squad if we're going to be right up there.
I don't know why Husam and Rak are being diplomatic right now. I think what you just said, is a load of bull crap right there. Personally, for me. Mm-hmm. I think statistically, getting the stats right up here, we've got an expected goal conceded of around about 5.33. And I think 2 points of those 5.33 was against United alone, because we were winning 3-0 and we gave them a couple of chances. I think Xerxes had a expected goal of around about 1 point in that game. So by the by, whether you think we haven't been defensively good, we have limited teams to very good chances. Whether you say they'll be clinical, we're talking about clinical in the very obscure range of a probability of it being a goal. We're not talking 1v1s. We're not talking about heading shots that's right point blank in front of Alisson. We're talking about shots where there's 3 men in front of him, or shots that are from a very, very obscure or acute angle. Like, this is, I think, when it comes to Liverpool's defense and the amount of control, is the fact that we limit teams to the amount of chances that we created. And that is a big difference compared to last season. Last season, we were giving up chances left, right, and center. But now we are limiting teams a lot. And you could argue that we have limited ourselves going forward, but we still get the job done. We still create chances. We still have opportunities to score. There should be games where we should be going out 4-5-0. Like the game that just happened, Crystal Palace, we should have had 5 goals in the back of the net. Sure, I should have had a hat-trick. I think Gakpo was unlucky with a couple of opportunities. Like those kind of things, I would say that's the only criticism I have. But then again, I'm nitpicking right here because we're still scoring goals. But it's just not at the same level as what we were doing last season. And I think people need to get used to that at this moment. And I think regardless of what teams you play, every time I was on the terrace, people kept saying potential banana skin here, potential banana skin there. United, they could do a little something. Or Brentford, away from home, they could be a big problem. And every time we say that, hindsight likes to come into play and be like, oh, it's just Brentford. Oh, United's been crap this season. Oh, it's this team. Oh, it's that team. Like, I think, given the fact we have played,
these are the same teams that are getting results against other teams, though. That's what it kind of like.
No, 100%. I only have a problem when people said it was a potential tough game, and then they pretend it wasn't a tough game. Like before the game, people said you could lose that game, and then they say, "Oh, it's just that team." I have a big problem with that.
No, that's just general football fans. That's just general football fans.
I understand that, but you got to have consistency. Like I can't take away. We'll get on to Chelsea. Obviously, me and Rak will talk about Chelsea, but I can't take that away from what Chelsea are doing going forward. You know, that's how I see it, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know what it is. I think Marshall just got cooked. Yeah, Marshall. Any comments?
Yeah, Marshall. We're on the same team, but I have no idea where you're coming on. That they're not defensively
Yeah,
sound.
man.
Listen,
Yeah,
at the end of the
I-
day, when the result happens and it's not anywhere as this, it's not going to be this battering that Liverpool fans are saying that we're going to get, or Husam is saying we're going to get clapped. Listen, if Man City couldn't clap us, you guys aren't going to clap us either. I'm just saying that straight out.
Can you stop, bro? Can you just chill, please?
You have more chest. Aren't you a Chelsea fan?
Please continue. Please
Here's
continue.
the thing.
You're just doing too much, man. Relax, man.
Here's the thing
This
with this.
man.
I will say,
Wear your heart on your sleeve for once. Jesus.
I will
It's not
say,
about having.
Mark-
It's not about having chess. It's the fact that we give up chances to worse teams.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We do.
They just haven't given
We
us.
do.
Yeah. So we're not.
I will say, Marshall,
Our defense is getting better. No problem. We have conceded the same amount as Man City and just over 2 more than Arsenal.
Yes.
The problem is, we need to have our most concentrated game at Anfield on Sunday, and we haven't done that for.
And I
49
believe
years.
these boys can do
And
it.
I also, and I would also
There's a
argue.
difference. There's a belief is fine, yeah, but there's also a fact that you have to acknowledge the opposition as well.
Of
Okay,
course.
you can't just go, "Oh, I believe."
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make any sense to just go believe and then not factor in where you're going to on Sunday. I mean, I've watched Chelsea versus Liverpool for a very long time. We've gone up there with our best teams
100%.
and
100%.
sometimes struggled. Okay, I don't know what
understand.
this team is. I've gone up there with Mourinho.
Fernando Torres double. I
And I
remember.
also, I
I've
think
gone up there when Didier Drogba destroyed Liverpool's defense and didn't even score and won 4-1.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just and difference. And then I've gone up there and after beating them in the FA Cup final and losing 4-1, John Joe Shelby scoring. So it just
Yeah,
happens.
I just think
it's fine having belief in your own team, no problem. But you have to factor in a dose of reality about where you're going. We're not going to Southampton. You know?
I just think for me, just again, like I think defensively we're going to be missing like 2 guys that have been like consistently in our defense in the Premier League, in Kukurea and obviously Fofana, right? Yes, Renato Vega's done really well, like and everything like that. But again, it's going to be big. It's going to be a big step for him. Obviously, Tosin as well. He's probably going to be starting in that position as well. So again, our defense is going to be having to step up quite a bit, and there's going to be 2 guys that are being added on that haven't been playing with these guys consistently as well. So
What do you guys
will
think
step
Mo
up.
Salah this season?
Huh?
What do you rate Mo Salah this season?
Oh, I think he's been. I think he's been very good still. But like I said earlier,
Yeah.
you haven't had to rely on him as much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With
Also,
like Diaz
I've noticed.
and Gravenberch and stuff like that, and others scoring, which I think is good. But it's a good sign for Liverpool. That you don't always have to go like through Mo all the time. Mo's just backing up numbers like he usually does.
I think there's this notion that people who don't watch Liverpool have of Mo Salah, and Liverpool fans, you can tell me, Mo Salah has changed the way he plays now. He's no longer the Mo Salah of 2 seasons ago, where he's depending on his pace and really dribbling past the defensive backs and such. Now he's more of a creator, and so that I think. Listen, it's Mo Salah at the end of the day. I do think Renato Vega is a good enough left back that he can keep it controlled. Obviously, we're going to concede chances. That's a given. But when we talk on Chelsea, and I'll let Liverpool fans talk on this. When we talk on Chelsea, when we look at the chances that we've conceded, or not even the chances, the goals we conceded this season, most of them, -1, have been from errors. It's just defensive mistakes. So if we avoid those lapses,
Yeah, but
of
why do you give the
concentration,
worst
we'll be
case
okay.
scenario for us and the best case scenario for you? That's the thing that I just don't get.
What's the
Because
what
you're
worst
here
case
saying,
scenario
like,
did I give for you?
we conceded goals off of mistakes. Okay, the 2 goals that we conceded in the league, one was Hudson-Odoi brilliance, the other one was literally a Konate mistake. So essentially, we could be on 1 goal conceded in 7 games. The Gravenberch thing, as the AC Milan goal we conceded was a mistake. So this is the thing. Like West Ham, it was literally Kwanzaa clearing it into a West Ham player, and then rebounds to Endo, who clears it to another West Ham player, and then the guy just taps it into the back of the net. So we cannot say one is lucky while the other is brilliant. And at the same time, I'm gonna. You know what it is? You guys mentioned Chelsea too much. Let's just move on to talking about Chelsea now. Anyway, it's better. So make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. There's nothing they can criticize the team top of the league for, innit? So guys, let's hit the like button. Let's subscribe. Big up to my guy Nags Games. Big up. Make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel as well. I find it weird when people say we haven't played anyone yet, then talk about their defense. Arsenal conceded to Leicester, Southampton, City conceded to Ipswich. That's my point. The only two teams that we can say have a stronger defense than us is either City or Arsenal. City conceded to Fulham, Ipswich, Brentford. They conceded to everyone basically this season. Even West Ham they conceded. Even West Ham with Lopetegui, by the way, they conceded.
That's
Chelsea have conceded to Palace, have conceded to Forest, have conceded to multiple different teams, and you know, Arsenal have conceded goals to Leicester, Southampton, etc. So it has to be us by definition. It cannot be anyone else. Big up to Footy Judge Mo for the raid as well. We do have 520 people watching us right now. Let's get the likes up, 200 likes minimum. Every single one of you guys right now, please hit the like button, subscribe. Big up to Nags and my brother Abdi Hassi. He spent £2 of his hard-earned money to tell you to like the video. So like the video, you frauds. And now, since Marshall want to mention performances, I'm the biggest Chelsea hater in the world. I admit it. I own it. I love hating. There's nothing wrong with hating. Just like I'm the biggest United hater in the world, probably one of the biggest City haters in the world. I exist on hatred. Hatred is a beautiful thing to feel towards something. You know, when you hate, it's amazing. Yeah, like the video, Rax, tell him. Hating is amazing. You get me? It's beautiful. This guy is talking about performances when Bournemouth peppered the Chelsea goal and Sanchez was man of the match. When Nottingham Forest Nico Williams, former Liverpool player, had to pull out 2 world-class saves from Robert Sanchez at the end of the game in order to save you from a loss in that game. So the games that you won that were convincing is West Ham and Wolves. Those are the 2 convincing wins you had. One against Lopetegui's West Ham, the other one against Wolves, who we also beat. So, like, I'm just saying, Rax, talk to me about the Blues.
Go on, Ram. You go first.
Look, I also share a little bit of hatred towards Chelsea because of certain people in a certain group chat. But I want to keep it real.
On Chelsea.
Yes. But I have to give you guys credit. Going forward, I've been very, very impressed. I was a bit concerned about your lack of experience going into it, but when you're going forward, it's a breath of fresh air. Cole Palmer doing what Cole Palmer does best. Even though Chelsea fans do like to say we haven't played anyone, he hasn't really scored against anyone of note. But we move. You only can play what is in front of you. But Nicholas Jackson looks like he's doing okay. And I think overall you're playing with such freedom and such also intensity at the same time, and you really are blowing teams away. The only issue I have looking at it as a potential problem for you guys is your defense. I think overall quality of your defenders is just not good enough, in my opinion. I think it's unfortunate that both your right backs, ideally your starting right back Gusto is still currently injured. You got people like Disasi and Badiashile who's not really that good enough.
Gusto's not
injured, my friend.
Yeah, Gusto's not injured. We have a fully fit squad.
Apart from Reece James.
Has he not played this? Has he not played this season?
Gusto came back. Oh, yes. He came back against in the League Cup. The Conference League, and then he played against Forest. So he started against Forest.
Okay, fine. But again, it's the case of your defense is still overall is not good enough. I think the main centre backs, you still need a lot of work with it, and it's not even a case of where you guys limit yourself with chances. You do leave yourself exposed, and the centre backs can't bail you out all the time. And that's going to be if I was a Chelsea fan, that would be my main worry going up against one of the most deadly attacks in the league in Jota, Salah, and Diaz, or possibly even if Gakpo does come on as well. And look, all I can say is you guys have done well. You still got a lot of work to do, but you are going to be a bit of a problem for most teams in the league. And I think that's what you guys should have expected at the start of the season, and you are hitting it. So as a Chelsea fan, I don't see no reason why you shouldn't be happy with what your team's doing so far.
Did Drax speak on Chelsea yet?
No, not yet.
Go ahead, Draxilio.
Can I hear from Buster first, please? I want to hear from Buster first.
Let's hear from Buster.
Fuck Buster as well. Buster can hold
tired for the evening. Buster's
Little
retired for the
dirty ass
evening.
dog supporting Chelsea. Fuck Buster.
You're
ahead.
you're a mean man. You're a
Buster.
very mean
I
man.
hate dogs anyway. I would have
You're
said
a
fuck
mean
Buster
man.
regardless.
Dogs are
With the surfer, he had like a little monologue about hatred. Man. Come on.
I know, but dogs, Ram. I mean, there's a limit. Do you know what I mean? Dogs.
You know what they say, man. Hating's free, man. Hating's free.
All right. So speaking of hatred, I absolutely fucking hate Chelsea. I hate Chelsea with a passion. They are one of, alongside, I don't hate them as much as I hate Manchester United, but I think they're my second most hated team. We all know why. Mourinho's Chelsea coming to Anfield, in 05-06 season, Champions League, semi-finals and all that kind of stuff. I detest them. I've got loads of very, very good friends who are Chelsea fans, and so as people, look, as the lovely Chelsea fans in the bottom half of the screen, these are all my friends. So no offense, but I hate your fucking football club, and I will always hate your fucking football club. Nothing is gonna. My hate for Chelsea is pure and unadulterated, and it always will be. So. Just to get out of the way, I just want to get it off my chest. Having said that, some of these Chelsea players are more likable than some of your players in the past. Like Cole Palmer, I think is a likable guy. He seems like a likable player. You have other guys. Nicholas Jackson got a lot of stick last season. I dissed him a little bit at the start of the stream, but I kind of actually hope that he comes good, because I think he's had a lot of stick, and I like to see these kinds of stories in football. But you're coming to Anfield on Sunday, and we are going to kick your fucking ass. We are going to annihilate you, and I have absolutely no doubt whatsoever about it. So, Husam, I don't know if any Chelsea fans have got a list that's kind of similar to Hassan's, but of Liverpool fans who dissed you. Put me on that list.
We don't need lists. We don't need lists.
Put me on that list.
We don't need lists. We don't need lists, man.
Marshall's got one.
I might need to start one.
Right.
I have it. Listen.
Right. What we did is it's nailed in. It's just there. It's just a Sam's name. That's all it is. It's a Sam's name for his big mouth. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
It's man.
It's on the back of my transfer list.
His constant punch is the third best manager in the league. Bollocks. Last season, that's what it was. So much so that
I am not a clown.
Why are you moaning? He just managed you to a win yesterday.
No, I'm not American.
There
Right
you
now.
are. Don't ever
I'm
disrespect
not
American.
Yo no hablo inglés.
After listening to Ahmed. Why Ahmed?
Do people not know that, I'm a Gusto fan? So, like, hey, if that happened, it's the nation, man. That's what I'm saying. So,
No, I mean,
keep it pushing.
I agree with Rax. Listen, I don't like Liverpool. I'm not going to put the two up top as arrogant. I'll put a Sam in there. The most arrogant fan base, I think. I think.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I've already told
But
us
just
my
because I
dream
think I'm
scenario.
gonna beat Chelsea, I'm
My
arrogant.
dream-
Come on.
You don't think we're gonna beat us? You think you're gonna slap us?
Hang on.
So Andrew, if I
dream-
met you 10 years ago when we were crap and you were very good, and I was coming to Stamford Bridge, what would you say? Oh, I think it's gonna be a tough game. You're such a liar.
No. Listen, that's fine. You should be favourites. I'm just saying. I've already told Sam my dream scenario for Sunday is that Sanchez is a man of match performance. 0-0. It's 93rd minute. We race up. Mudryk goes past Trent, crosses it in. Van Dijk fouls Jackson, and Palmer scores a 94th minute penalty in the top end. That's the ultimate dream scenario. It's the ultimate dream scenario. That's it right there. But I will take my hatred for Liverpool is only really is a more of a rivalry one. You know what I mean? My real hatred is Spurs for some reason. I don't know why. But for same as Sam, because we really played each other for 5-6 straight years, like 4 or 5 times each season, and that's no joke, people.
Mm-hmm.
It was 4 or 5 times.
We just used to get to the
I think
UCL every single time.
That 05
And it was so intense. It was so intense. Like,
Yeah.
I think at the time,
Too much.
you guys, it felt like because you had Abramovich, you leapfrogged us because suddenly you were pumping so much money in, and we were like the biggest club, one of the biggest clubs in England, if not the biggest club in England, and all of a sudden we've been superseded by this club that's came almost come out of nowhere retrospectively.
The Jericho 2-0.
What was the irony? The end of the 02-03 season, we played you to get into the Champions League.
It's true,
And yes, the Gronko goal basically is the goal that made Abramovich by Chelsea, essentially, and go from there. But literally the 04-05 season. It was 4 or 5 times with League Cup finals, FA Cup semi-finals. We were in the same Champions League
we
group.
played each other in the Champions League 5 times.
We were in the same
Bro,
Champions
we used
League
to
group.
get the
That's
Champions
insane.
League group
Yeah.
stuff was crazy, bro.
We
The
played,
amount of times we got-
we played
Yeah.
Liverpool and Fulham on a Wednesday night in Champions League, and then Sunday
There's
night.
way too many people saying we here. How old are you, Ahmed?
I'm 26, bro. What are you talking about?
Shut up, Ahmed, man.
26
You
years
don't know
old.
what you're
That was
talking
when
about.
listen, that was my start of my whole.
Ram, how old are
Shut
you,
up.
bro?
Yeah, shut up.
Hey, I'm
man.
not putting my age out there, bro. I'm not doing this. Man.
You're
I'm not
near
doing
enough.
it.
You're younger. That's it. You're even younger than him. I
Yeah,
think,
you're
man.
younger. I don't think
Yeah.
Ram experienced that.
Yeah, but he's not head now.
Nah, I did.
Well,
I
you were
was
a
old
kid.
enough to do that.
No, but it should listen. You should
Well,
feel
how old
confident.
are you?
Yeah.
You should feel confident being us. You know, you're our favourites. You're
You already know Andrew's old as hell. How old are you, Marshall?
31.
You shut your face, all right?
You're not that old. You're a liar.
I am. I'll show
Say
you my
swear you're
ID.
31.
Swear on my mother's life, I'm 31.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
You know what it is, man.
I'm not
You know what I
joking.
mean?
I am not a liar. I'll come out here with chest and confidence for my club, but one thing I'm not is a liar.
Fair,
You know
fair
what?
enough.
One thing I will say about this game, yeah.
So
is
everyone
that-
on this panel experienced it then.
yes.
The Benitez Mourinho era.
Oh yeah.
Well, when
Yes.
Benitez
I
was sitting,
I was
when
that
Benitez
was
was sitting
some
on the
deep
ground
stuff,
whilst to take a penalty.
no way you're
Bro, when
17,
Drogba slid in front of him, oh my goodness.
Bruv,
me,
I am
bro.
not 17, bro.
How-
Why
Not
is she
yet.
saying happy 17th birthday then?
But it was
Because
that,
that's what
right?
you do to Tom, mate.
But it was obviously the Mourinho Benitez era.
Yeah.
But then after that, like even when Rafa went to Chelsea and they all hated him, and then
Oh, yeah.
we won the UEFA Cup for them, and they still hated him, and we like Liverpool.
Bro,
played
they didn't
Chelsea,
like
I
you
think
from
it was
day one,
Anfield,
bro.
and we were
Yeah,
singing
no.
Rafa Benitez's name, and they were booing. No, I get it, but it was just there was so much friction, and that was also a time when Chelsea were battling right at the top of the Premier League and at the top of European football as well. So there was a bit of hatred, and I look, to be fair, a little bit of jealousy as well, like that you'd kind of overtaken us, and we didn't have the money to compete. Not in terms of stature, but we didn't have the money to compete, and all of a sudden they're putting in 20-30 million pound bids for like Paolo Maldini and all these and Nesta and stuff like that. Like when I remember the summer that Abramovich took over, they're like, oh yeah, they put in a 30 million bid for Alessandro Nesta. That's when Serie A was right at the top. I was like, 30 million for Nesta. Where are they getting 30 million from?
Yeah, we signed Crespo. We signed Crespo that summer.
Yeah,
and no one because no one knew who Abramovich was, and all of a sudden you were signing that Romanian guy who got done for doing coke, and
oh my god, I forgot.
all these guys are coming out of nowhere, and you built a super team. Damien Duff came from Blackburn, and I think they were
Right,
They
they
were like-
stole all of our players, bro. They were stealing our players.
I remember when we wrote Fernando Torres from you guys. Was it 09, 010? I think it was, or
That didn't really work out
January
that well,
11.
but yeah.
yeah, January 11. It was like it was 10 or 11, bro. My local mates are like human when he saw them, bro. But when he sold them to us, that was crazy transfer, by the way. 50 million for him at the time was crazy.
Yeah.
That was mad when I brought.
Adrian Mutu. Yeah, Mutu. That's
I was
it.
so,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
so
Mutu. I
glad that
said
we
the
signed
name.
the
Yeah,
cannibal.
Adrian Mutu.
Nah, but you know what it is, yeah. I think in terms of this fixture itself, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm mildly confident in the sense that I feel like I feel we can get a result from this game. I just think for me, one thing I've said throughout the season is that we're gonna have to rely upon our attack to score goals. Like I think the defense, I think at least hoping in the medium term of the season, like halfway through, that's when that stuff clicks for us. But for this moment in time, we've got to really rely on our attack to do what he needs to do. And I feel like a lot of our players, I think obviously you look at Jackson, obviously he had an off game on for us, but in general has been pretty good, really in really good form. Obviously Cole Palmer, I don't think that much needs to be said about him. I think Sancho in general has had a pretty good
There is something that needs to be said about Palmer. What do you mean there is nothing to be said?
I mean, how good he's been. Like I don't need to say that, how good he's been.
I'll tell you something about Cole Palmer, because Tanya here, you're threatening. Palmer is coming. Don't hide Husam. First of all, it's Husam, not Husum.
Husum.
That's just disrespect. That's
Look at
disrespect.
the flies of Cole Palmer.
That's a
fam.
mosquito. I don't kill flies.
The mosquitoes are coming for you. The mosquitoes are coming.
Put me on the list. Second of all, Tanya, you're one of the first names I ever put on the list. Literally, without you asking. Don't worry. I remember your name.
Husum, bro. I need to start calling you Husum from now on, bro.
Husum. Fraud. Here's the thing. The question that needs to be asked about Palmer. the following:
Who would
Is
that
he a
be?
flat track bully?
No, he's not. Stop
Here we
this.
go. Here we
Against
go.
the top 6, home and away, he has 0 non-penalty goals except Man United deflected.
Oh, here we go. Non-penalties.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, so we take away all the penalties. that Salah
Husam, he
scored.
scored a hat trick
See
against
how
United.
facts rattle them?
Hello.
Come on, that's not my fault.
No, it's the fact you said non-penalty goal. Should we take all the penalties from
In
Salah?
the words of Rafa
Yeah,
Benitez,
that's what I'm
I am
saying.
talking
Let's do
about
that.
facts.
Let's not count any Salah penalties from now on.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
not
a-
count.
In the big 6 games, no problem.
No,
He
no,
scored
just
against-
generally. Just
He
generally.
scored against United, not a penalty. He got 2 assists against United, not a penalty. He scored against Arsenal, not a penalty. He scored against Spurs, not a penalty. He got an assist against Spurs, not a penalty. Against Chelsea, he got an assist, not a penalty. You want to keep going?
No, but the question I would ask is
Sorry.
But
Let me just let's end it. No. Let's end this right now. Goals are goals. Don't care how they score.
Exactly.
yes.
I know
Listen, at the end of the day, listen, I'm just gonna make the point is, for me, regardless.
Goals are goals.
Irregardless of me, bro.
matters?
Irregardless of me, listen. Again, you can be good in a game and not have GNA. Like, I don't understand what the point is.
100%.
He's only one part. He's only one part of like a 4-man attack that we currently have in the team. So listen, I shouldn't be consistently relying on Palmer to be getting me goals and assists when I should be having Nicholas Jackson, who's my striker, Madueke, Sancho, and Cuckoo. There's other guys on the bench. It's not just we are Palmer FC anymore. That we need to make sure these other guys are also adding to the sauce.
But and the only thing I'd say about non-penalty goals, there was a season where James Milner played left back for us, and he was our second top goal scorer because he was scoring penalties. He wasn't almost providing nothing to our attack, but because he was there, you can that way you can score goals without necessarily contribute. Because basically, the odds of scoring a goal and the average, that's not assuming you're a good penalty taker or a top striker or whatever, is 0.76, right? 76% of the time a penalty goes in. But I think most of us can see with our eyes in general, Palmer. I don't think he's started Chelsea, even though he was getting a lot of penalties, was as good. But he's grown into that role. Like, this is why I say he's one of those players. He plays with a smile on his face. He's got vision. He's got flair. For people who like that creative instinct, which I don't think we see so much in modern day football anymore. You know, like the Maverick, like a little bit like kind of Ronaldinho type. Yeah, throwback. Even though he's come up in the City system, and obviously everyone knows how regimented Guardiola is about the roles that they kind of set to their players. He somehow developed a bit of a maverick streak in him, and it's nice to see. And this is why I say I kind of like him as a player. I still think there's more to come from him. Do I think he can get to that point? Absolutely. From what I've seen so far, he can. I still think he has a lot to do.
I don't think, though, I've been saying this, and let me just say that I know he won Player of the Month, but I don't think he was Player of the Month for September. He won Player of the Month because he won Player of the Month because he scored 4 goals in one game. That's the reason he got Player of the Month.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's been even our best performer this season. I think he's had
Andrew. You know one thing that I thought was, because I thought he had an okay start, but maybe a little bit quiet start to the season. But he scored those 4 goals, and from that day, people said he's the best player in the world right now.
Right. That's the problem.
Before that particular 90 minutes, they weren't saying. And
that's what I mean. It was everyone got hyped and glazed, and because I got to remember he had like 30 minutes against Inter for preseason. That's all he had for us. I don't think he's even reached. He's not. What's scary about him? He's not even reached last year's levels yet for us, right? And that's the scary part. Like I said, that performance against Brighton, rightfully so, that was a world-class performance in 100%. That game, right? People saying he's world-class are they're the people that write off a player who doesn't play well in one game. Or they'll say,
are you saying he doesn't deserve Player of the Month?
No.
You're
I disagree with you from that, but that's
he doesn't. No, I'm sorry. I mean, he doesn't deserve.
By the way,
he doesn't deserve Player of the Month for me, but just off one game. I'm just sorry, he just doesn't. If it was a one game award,
technically, also, it was a half, right? He scored 4 goals in a half.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he should have had.
It was exceptional. It was exceptional, but I think it's difficult to argue you can give someone Player of the Month over an exceptional elite half of football.
Well, you know why he won it. You know why he also won it, and I don't care. But give him awards, no problem. Like Sam says, he judges players more on individual awards as well. But he broke. It was history what he did in that game, right? That's why he probably won it as well, because he made history as the first player to score 4 goals in one half. Like I said, I don't think he's been our best player. I think like Caicedo and Colwell have been consistently better than him. And that's what I'm saying. That's the scary part, that he's not even reached last year's levels yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like I said with Salah. Like I said with Salah, like there's other players stepping up. I want other players to step up. I don't want it to be all Cole Palmer. I want other teams focusing on our other players. Because if you focus on Palmer, you can take him out of the game.
There's 2 players I want to stop. Only 2. 2 players. If we stop this Sunday, we destroy you. I'm being dead serious.
Here we go. The
No
word.
banter, logic.
The 2 players.
I already know.
If we stop Palmer and Caicedo, Chelsea's dead.
Yep.
Oh,
Those 2, if we stop them, we will destroy you. I'm telling you right now.
You're
not
true.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
That's not true, mate.
He's not
Let me
wrong.
land, Brates. If we stop Caicedo, your midfield dies. Please start Enzo Fernandez. I'm begging you. Please
Thank
start
you.
Enzo Fernandez.
Like, because Husam, like, that's the one thing you're pointing out. I was going to point this out.
So you got a chance.
Yeah, I was gonna point this out because, like, if I had to point out our weaknesses, everyone's saying the defense, which yes, that's in part very true. Our defense does concede opportunities. We do have these, moments of lapses of concentration where we give up. We just make mistakes and it leads to goals. But I think a big conversation that's been being had across the Chelsea fan base is, where is Enzo Fernandez? Like, it seems that since he's come in that January transfer window under Graham Potter, it's kind of been a little bit of a downhill. And I like Enzo Fernandez, the player. But I'd be lying to you if I told you I'm confident that if he starts, he's going to have the same performance that he had last season and the beginning. He could. It's very possible.
I'd be more worried if Lavia played or even Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah, and I know Lavia's not going to start because I don't think Lavia's fit enough.
Yo,
he's only played 10 minutes.
That's a good one.
No
way he's in
Dewsbury Hall.
That's crazy, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
No, but, you know what I mean? I need that.
Yeah.
Like,
But the other thing too
Ahmed,
is that,
compose yourself, man.
But
Come
the
on.
other
that was
thing too
hilarious.
is that,
That's the last word, bro. That's the last word.
with Liverpool, like, and again, this is a lot of Chelsea fans that haven't watched Liverpool have this idea that, Klopp high line, Enzo Fernandez, perfect, just play a ball over the top, beat the defender, Jackson, beat him on pace, or Palmer. That's not how Slot is going to play. So to an extent too, I'm thinking, like, is Enzo going to really have a prominent role in this game? But at the end of the day, I could be wrong. Enzo could show up and it's decent. And then, Husam is mudded and, we have a decent game. But Caicedo is a big part.
Interesting.
I'm not worried about Enzo. I'm worried about Caicedo. That's the guy that is a worry.
Yeah,
And
but I think-
Palmer is
You're not
half
wrong.
a worry. And here's the thing with Madueke. Madueke, every 5 decisions, he makes 1 right one. So if we give him only 4 chances, we're good, because he's gonna fuck up the first 4, and then the 5th one he'll actually do.
But let me ask you something though, Husam.
But like, let's be
Why-
realistic. Sorry, but let me just go quickly, Marsh. The thing is, bro, you can say you can fuck up 4 chances or everything like that. But if he's going your defense consistently on a 1v1 basis against, I would assume would be either Robertson or Tsimikas. Yeah, are you not necessarily worried? Because, like, again, there's Madueke on that side. You got Sancho on the other side, who are great in my opinion in isolating whoever's in front of them and actually beating them quite consistently. So I don't think you can necessarily take that chance of consistently making sure that they're isolated.
Let me add to that question though, real quick. I know we're talking about Madueke, but Husam, aren't you worried about Jadon Sancho on the left against Trent?
I'd be more concerned if it was in Kunku, not Sancho.
I don't think so. I
Why?
don't think you on the left wing would be.
Man,
I don't.
I'm very curious.
But
Why?
I rate him Kunku.
is
I
this
like him.
2018
I know.
fucking Borussia Dortmund? So I should be worried about Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is starting to become overrated. By the way, you guys doing too much when it comes to Trent this season. Trent, for the last 5 years, all I've heard from all you bunch of waffle merchants who don't support Liverpool is, it's all about defending. I want my fullback to defend. The one goal we considered down Trent's side, it was Conor Bradley. there against Callum Hudson-Odoi. It wasn't even Trent. Trent defensively this season has been on it 100%.
He's auditioning for
Going
Madrid.
forward, I need him to get involved more in the game, but defensively, he's been on it. Sancho is not going to do nothing. I'm not worried about Sancho because even if Sancho gets past Trent, Konate is right there. Ibrahima, Ibu Konate. So I'm not worried about. Listen, when I say I'm worried about two players, I know what I'm saying. I'm not making this shit up. Let me just read a couple of these super chats before we carry on this conversation. The entire oil funding of Roman and Sheikh Mansour won Chelsea, City 13 league titles total. Just took Fergie and Klopp to win 14 titles. It just goes to show the class of these two managers. Hey, I hear what you're saying. Even though it's not oil for Roman.
You're right. It just took
type of
Mourinho having his defense conceding only. It took the money only.
I wish we'd spent money back in the day.
Fergie Klopp.
We built our team to the level where we
You
were
wish
like,
you spent money now. You wish you spent money now.
Can I just make a point? Can I just make a quick point, by the way? Fergie and Klopp to win 14 titles. So that we do 14 minus 1.
Yeah, seriously. Have some shame. Have some shame.
Sahaj, you made a good point, but you put Klopp and Fergie on 14 together.
Hey man, just talk about Champions Leagues, bro. Talk about Champions Leagues. I know your greatest ever managers never won one with your club. Just saying.
if you lose to Chelsea, you have got to shave your head, Husam. Who made you the rule like maker? Like, oh, you have to shave your head. Like, oh, says who, Habibi? Says who? There's already a bet on my hair, which is if Liverpool win the league, I'm going to shave my hair, my mustache, and my beard. This is considering we don't sign anyone in January. This is considering we don't sign anyone in January. If we sign anyone in January,
like that guy from Ted.
That's not fair. No, Husam, you can't do that.
Bill and Ted's amazing.
I can do whatever I want. Welcome to Don.
He's going to become the Ten Hag, isn't it? No, this without the beard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Husam,
No eyebrows.
You forgot you're singing the honest.
That depends on us buying someone in January or not. If we buy someone in January, the bet is cancelled directly. Palmer against
honest slot song as well.
Can you
Who is the
respect
bet with? The
Ram?
universe.
Palmer against the Big Six, 9 matches, 8 GA, 2 non-penalty and 1. Wow, 8 GA of which 2 of them is non-penalty. Which is the second one? One he scored against United. What's the other one?
Second one, no, both against United.
Both against United.
No, because the other one was a penalty.
No, he scored a hat trick, 2 penalties, and he scored that deflected shot that was on target.
He scored one non-penalty.
Oh, sorry.
Man United away.
Man United home.
Was the penalty?
Right.
No.
No. The away was a goal he just scored when he just dribbled through and somehow hit it. And then
Can we count United though?
In the last minute.
I stand corrected. He has 2 non-penalty goals. So sorry.
But Husam, can we count United though?
I don't understand this at all.
Anyway, big up to you, Varun. Big up to everyone who sent in a super chat. Make sure guys are liking the video. Make sure guys are subscribing. How many likes are we on? We have 600 people watching.
Not
We're not
enough.
even at 200 likes yet.
Smash those likes.
Bunch of Nicholas Jacksons. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of your likes.
Focus on your striker, man.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Darwin Nunes is here. What is his conversion rate?
Hey, you don't start for us, bro.
Hey, be like Cole Palmer and hit the like button. Be spot on with it. Never miss it.
Exactly.
You don't need a penalty though. You just need your thumb. So when it comes to the game this Sunday, what is gonna happen this Sunday? Let's get to this preview part. Now that we've spoken about each other's clubs and shit, and let's start with Marshall because we start with Ram. Go ahead, Ram, and then we'll go to Marshall. Marshall.
You know what? Yeah, I was thinking about it. Yeah, and I hear. You know what? I don't understand why Chelsea fans are getting butthurt about us, a possibility of us thrashing them. Because you know what I see, right? I see a lot of similarities of how Chelsea are progressing to what Arsenal are doing right now. Well, not doing right now, what they did in 21-22. Arsenal had a very, very good start. And then they came to Anfield and they got piped by us 4-0. Like, it could be the exact same situation. It can be, but I have to say it would depend on how clinical our strikers will be. Because I think we will create chances, but unlike Husam, I don't think our strikers are going to be that clinical. I think we are going to be a little bit wasteful. And our main sources of attack will come down our left-hand side, in my opinion. I think either Gakpo or Diaz, the way that they're playing this season, I think they're going to be a key part component of that. And I said this on the terrace. Alexis McAllister, I think a lot of Chelsea fans are really writing him, I won't say write him off, but underestimating how good of a player that he is. I think people are saying that does the simple stuff, but sometimes as a midfielder, you need to do the simple stuff. And sometimes you need to do the simple stuff along with doing some cutting edge balls. And that's the kind of player that he is. So that left-hand side is going to be a big problem. You can say that Noni Madueke can break down or try and get at Robertson. One thing I can guarantee you, Luis Diaz will be tracking back. Either Diaz or Gakpo will be tracking back. So he'll be up against two man. So we defend as a unit, we attack as a unit. And that's why we have so much confidence in us stopping your team. Because throughout this entire season, what we've seen is that we've seen our team do exactly that and have stopped majority of the teams that we played against. So I don't see this same thing. I don't see why not this same thing could happen on Sunday. And given that it's at Anfield as well, and what happened last year, why not? Why not? Why can't it happen again? The fact that it's saying that is not a possibility at all, I think it's like you can never write that off. You can never write that off. And I think it is a reminder of where you guys are at this moment. And it needs to put some respect on our name as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Rax, not Rax, I'm sorry, Rams. I understand that it's a possibility, but you know what else is also a possibility? That a meteor comes in right now and hits my home and I just disconnect from the StreamYard and I lose.
What's the likelihood though? What's the likelihood compared to us slapping you?
Listen, when it was Pochettino, the likelihood was really high up there. When it was Pochettino, it
not the
was
same
very...
at all. Winning the lottery to Liverpool, beating Chelsea by a big margin. That's not the same at all.
When it was...
By the way,
very much a possibility.
Carry on, Marshall. Carry on.
It was very much a possibility, a higher possibility when it was Pochettino. With Enzo Maresca, I don't think he's going to set us up to lose and fail like that, like we did last season. It was horrible last season. This time we have a more fit squad, or not would say more fit, but we have more of our starting players in the team now. Levi Cole has had a sensational season so far defensively. I think he's going to hold down the fort. Tosin, listen, whether you rate Tosin or not, there's experience back there. He's a calm head, and I think and people have been debating too whether to start Fofana or Tosin because Tosin has looked impressive. Between Levi Cole and Tosin, I think they'll be able to hold down the fort just enough for us to keep the chances to a minimal because I do think Liverpool are going to create chances. I think that's without a doubt. Like, despite how much chest I have for Renato Vega and how much he's impressed me this season, I know Mo Salah, being the experienced right winger that he is, he's going to find a way to create a chance regardless of if I like it or not. Malo Gusto, I think he'll pocket Luis Diaz. It'll be fine. I'm not worried about that. Going forward...
Pocket?
Yes. Going forward, I do believe...
Luis Diaz, you're aware of this?
When was the last time Reece James was
they played like once. With his injuries, they've only played like once.
Yeah. Well, what conditions were his hamstrings in?
Prime Reece James.
Yeah, I'm talking about at
the same prime Reece James.
Hang on. I love Reece James. He's not been fit enough to reach a prime yet.
Yes.
What we talking about?
Hey man, the conversation about being
most informed Reece James. All right, most informed Reece James.
I wanted to have the best
would you guys
in the world first.
Would you guys countenance selling Reece?
If it depends on
he has
injuries.
another injury, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
If he plays
100%.
if plays 25 games this season, then he's gone for me. Personally.
Ahmed, we're already at 25.
Yeah.
All right. If he plays less than 25 games,
he
has to play. He has to be available for every game.
Yeah.
Once he's fit, he has to be available for every game for me.
Yeah, but listen, he's
still suspension.
He's still a very good player, but he needs to play. That's the thing with Reece. But going back to the strategy, I think that Maresca is going to approach on this game. Obviously, I think the midfield is going to have to be Enzo and Caicedo. We don't have a choice. I don't think KDH is good enough to play in that position, and Lavia is not fit enough. Lavia will see game time in this game later on in the match, depending on the performances. But going forward, I think our attack is going to give you guys a lot of trouble. whether it be Jackson, who gave Konate and Van Dijk by himself plenty of headaches and trouble last season, whether it be Nani, the first game of the season, the 2-2 draw, or was it? Yeah, it was 2-2, right? No. Whether it be Nani Madueke on the right, just bullying whoever, whether it be Tsimikas or Robertson, or because you guys seem to forget Jadon Sancho is a very, very good player that every single player that has played at Man United and left Man United seem to have resurrected their careers, and Jadon Sancho is not excluded from that. So Jadon Sancho just causing trouble on the left. Our attack is going to give you trouble. We're going to be very heavily dependent on our attack to be clinical and give us chances and hopefully get us ahead in this game. And early as well, because we've been scoring a lot of goals early in the games. So we might come out of the gates just full stop, trying to get a goal early and see how we can control the game out from there. The midfield battle is going to be very decisive. That is where I think a lot of this is going to be decided, but it could go well, it could go bad. That's where I'm unsure, but I think Maresca, I think he has a good plan, whether it be Renato Vega inverting or not. I think we'll be solid enough that we'll hold you off enough to get either a point or three.
What's the deal? What's the deal with Nkunku as well? Because obviously he came in as a great Chelsea hope,
Jackson as well,
and it just seems like even though now he's kind of worked up to a level of fitness, he's either not doing it or not getting the chances, or I don't know, not proving in training. It seems a bit odd, but obviously his injury was serious.
You're muted, server.
Sorry, Palmer and Jackson have a partnership. That's the thing. That's too. They have a connection. They have a partnership. I listen. I think Nkunku's obviously a better finisher than Jackson.
Yes, 100%.
That's not even the case. But I think because he links up with Palmer so well, he's in the team. Going on to the game.
But Surfer, one thing I think you should mention too in regards to Nkunku is that one thing that Maresca is doing that, and Rams alluded to this with Slot, which is why I respect Slot, is the defensive aspect of the game. Nani plays because he defends and he tracks back and he's doing more work off the ball than Neto. Jackson is staying in the matches and staying in the starting lineup because he's doing more defensive work and tracking back and pressing than Nkunku would. So Maresca is taking into consideration a lot of those things, the defensive aspect, not just the attacking aspect.
I got a question, Marshall, yeah?
Before you ask the question, I was listening really carefully to what Marshall is saying. And I'm trying to be okay, maybe what if he's right about anything? But nothing that he's saying is scaring me. Not honestly.
Basically,
I'm sure Konate and Van Dijk will eat Jackson alive. I know Robertson gonna eat Madueke alive. I know Sancho ain't doing shit in that game. So I'm genuinely nothing you described is intimidating.
See,
I'll be intimidated.
We love being the underdogs as Chelsea fans.
I'll be intimidated. When we play Real Madrid, that midfield, I'll be intimidated with Erling Haaland, Mbappe, shit like this. No Chelsea player intimidates me. Not a single one of them. Not even Palmer and Caicedo. I'm just worried about them.
That's fine. We only fear Mo Salah. That's it.
Yeah, but Marshall is coming here talking about Nicholas Jackson.
Marshall. Listen, Marshall.
Nicholas Jackson against Konate and Van Dijk. Shiver me timber. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. That's what I'm going to say.
I think last year's 4-1 game was an aberration. I think we might go back to our draws as that we had.
Punch tax.
I didn't really think before that Potter tax, and before that Tuchel tax.
There wasn't no Tuchel tax.
Are you the US
got us draws. Tuchel always got us draws. We lost in penalties. With Tuchel's, we lost in penalties.
Our thing would be this. And that's two things on Sunday that need to happen. And it's been inconsistent with one of them. Is that we have to take our chances when we presented them. We have to take them. We're probably not going to get right now. We're probably not going to get a lot of chances or high percentage of chances. Right? We have to take them. Is Nicholas Jackson going to be Nicholas Jackson against West Ham, or is he going to be Nicholas Jackson?
Against Forest,
the last two games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Maresca is going to be what I have liked about Maresca is his ability to adapt and change in-game management style that he's done this season, switch things around. He's going to be tested like never before on Sunday. This is his biggest test, probably even bigger test than City at home on the opening day of the season.
Yeah,
because he didn't really know. He didn't really know his set aside. The transfer window still open. Blah blah blah.
Still figuring out his 11.
It's going to be his biggest challenge. My team weaknesses.
Do you think he'll set up more, be cautious and defend, and not necessarily park the bus, but maybe play more of a solid counter-attacking style or something like that? Or do you think you're going to play overly expensive?
If he does do that, it'll be the first time this season he's done that. I don't know. I don't know whether he can, but then people were telling me
against Brighton.
He does at Leicester. He loves to play with 2 touchline wingers. We don't play with 2 touchline wingers because no one in the Premier League does, because it's a stupid thing. You know what I mean? Oh, he plays this. But our 2 weaknesses on Sunday are Enzo Fernandez and Sanchez. That's our 2 weaknesses. If Enzo starts,
sometimes he's your strength as well. That's the thing.
Yeah, but we've seen it in 2 games, didn't we? Bournemouth, he was great. And then Brighton, he cost us those 2 goals, didn't he? So
he loved off because Brighton, literally.
I think I think we can definitely take something from Anfield. If you give me a point right now, I'd take it. Obviously, just the way everything's set up. But we definitely can take something. If I want him to, something I want him to do. He was too respectful of City. Maresco in the opening day of the season, he was too respectful of them. Do you know what I mean? You can be respectful of the opponent, but you don't have to be too respectful of them. Do you know what I mean? Don't be too afraid. If you want to do something, do the idea. Just don't hold back. Don't second guess yourself. If it goes wrong, you learn from it the next game. But just go in there. Look, don't think, oh no, the damage limitation. Go out there and try and get something. That's what I'd rather see do. I'd rather us do that than have a cowardly. Even if Rack says, if we drop a bit deeper and counterattack, I'm fine with that. If it works, you know what I mean? But I haven't seen it happen this season with him, and I don't know whether he will do that or not. He's not. He doesn't. He comes across as he's not that type of coach. But then when we beat Wolves 6-2, his biggest celebration was when Madueke trapped back and tackled someone.
Here's the thing with this thing. Like, you guys keep talking about your front line. Mo Salah against Vega, Gusto against Diaz, or Gakpo, and Jota against Tosin and Colwell. Like that's a lot spicier than you think.
Just
now,
I have a question.
Can I just add on that? Like,
I'm asking more questions about Chelsea.
Pocket Salah multiple times, so I'm okay with Vega. He's a better.
I think Vega is going to be able to. I think Vega.
We do know that. You've got. That's what I said earlier. You've got other problems. Usually, it would be to focus on Salah and try and stop Salah, but Diaz is got problem jobs.
But I think. Go ahead.
So Ches is really high on Tosin, and I mean I don't know. Again, maybe I haven't missed something.
Tosin is a good player. He's a good player.
He's a good squad player.
I haven't watched enough of him, but I like when I remember speaking to him just after the last Chelsea game. He's like, oh, well, how's it going to be with what's his name being out, and he was like, oh, don't worry, Tosin's going to come in. Tosin is brilliant. He's going to, and I hadn't even really considered him. I thought the other guy was your name.
Fofana.
No, the guy you. Sorry,
Disassi.
I thought Disassi would be your third choice centre back, but apparently Tosin is.
No,
I don't know. This is the weird thing. I haven't really followed Chelsea too much in the last year.
Actually, there's a possibility Disassi plays right back, by the way, and then he puts Gusto left.
No, Gusto.
If that happens, I'll be really upset.
I don't think he will.
You cannot say that's impossible, by the way. You cannot say that's impossible.
I don't think he. I don't like Gusto in the inverted. I don't think he's used that inverted role whatsoever. Cucurella's the more one you'd put.
I feel like from what we've seen from him, at least in terms of substitutions, and whenever he switches the team around, he consistently plays Vega as the left back. So like I doubt that for Liverpool he would then decide, you know what, I'm gonna just change.
But he's from the Pep school of thought. He overthinks.
So no, I think from what I've seen,
I don't think he does overthink.
Yeah, I don't think actually overthinks.
He
actually doesn't. Yeah, and I think for me, if anything, he's showing.
Although we've only got a 7-game sample size.
Again, if anything, he has shown.
We need a bigger sample size.
If anything, he has shown obviously a little bit from what I've seen that he's able to learn from his mistakes and actually, tweak his system whenever he needs to get stuff better. But I think for me, I think Vega can do a job. I think Vega's been in really good form so far. I like what I've seen from him. I think against Salah, can he beat? Can he stop Salah? It's going to be a massive test. It's going to be a massive test for him. But listen, he's risen to the challenge anytime we've asked him for.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
This is the thing.
Let's see. That's
all
all
I'm
I'm saying.
Right winger, it's him.
No, but that's the point I made. A point I made is that he's willing to every challenge. The most challenge is going to be a very big challenge. But
Yeah,
can
no,
he
for
do
sure.
it?
And then why? I got a question though.
I
Why
respect
is it
that,
that?
Ahmed. That's
Why
a
is
good
it so sure that Madueke is going to absolutely tear Robertson a new one? But when we put that same question to Salah and Vega,
I think the difference is that
He's gonna hold it down.
I think with Vega, I think with Vega, it's unknown. It's an
Why are you
unknown.
pointing at Marshall?
I would actually argue
He
it's just
said it.
an
I
unknown.
never said Madueke.
All I
He
said,
said it.
and I think with it's an unknown. I think with just Madueke, just obviously me being a bit
Ahmed,
biased.
you're
obviously.
non-nation, right?
Yes. Listen, obviously I can be a bit biased, right? Obviously, with my own players, be like, yeah, this guy's gonna do this and this and that, right? But I like to have belief in my players to be able to take on them and do their job from what I've seen from them. That's all
Listen,
it is.
between Nani and
This is true,
Jaden,
but I'm
I'm
telling you in the game right now, you're gonna be better first 15 minutes. But then that's where your dream is over.
I don't think I think this thing about
You're
pressing, I
so
don't think
gonna start better than us. You have no idea. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be better first 15 minutes. Stamp it right.
I
now.
don't think Chelsea.
Then if
I think,
it's 0-0 after 15 minutes, funeral settings.
I know. Listen, I know that we press sometimes, but I don't think we press as much as I think a lot of people like to believe. Like we don't do that pressing shit like as much as many people like to believe. Like and it wouldn't surprise me more so, yeah, because when I watched the Forest game at the very least, right, when we were pressing, it was only at certain points in times, but we weren't pressing from the get go, like to try to get the ball back straight away. So we let the opposition have the ball for a little bit before we made our move.
Okay, fair enough. So before we wrap things up, do you guys want to do a combined 11 or no?
No, we don't need to do that nonsense.
Oh,
Are
geez.
you putting
yeah,
in-
why not, man? Come on.
Are you putting in the free
Why?
plays? You putting the combined 11 on?
And I'm not even. I promise you, I'm not even gonna be biased. But you guys don't be biased as well. Don't tell me Madueke
Try
or
not to be
Salah and then
biased.
tell me I'm biased.
Including injuries as well.
Yeah, including injuries.
Including performance, or how about that?
Including injuries and suspensions. So Cucurella doesn't apply. Allison doesn't apply.
Okay.
You guys down?
Before I didn't apply as well.
Okay,
Okay,
fair
let's
enough.
fucking do it. Let's do it. Okay, before we do that, chat, guys, I'll do it if we get to 250 likes because this is a fraudulent behavior by the chat. 620 people watching, and we're not even at 250 likes. Like the video right now so we can do a combined 11. Every single one of you guys right now, please like the video. I think this is a response to Ahmed's response. My point here was Klopp and Ferguson managed to build brilliant and consistent sides across their careers, which won or consistently were close to winning titles sustainably. This is what football needs.
I mean, you can make the argument for Ferguson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Klopp and consistency. I mean, yes, you can make the argument that obviously because Pep was here, if he wasn't here, probably Klopp would be winning those titles. But reality is that didn't happen for Klopp.
But what is this consistency? Like, even when Klopp, they dropped down to
Ferguson,
fifth
it
in
happened
one
for
season,
Ferguson,
then they
he was
capitulated
able
last
to-
season. No
Ferguson was
disrespect to
able recycle
Liverpool,
his
but
squad
And
consistently.
who cares? Who cares about close? Who
Klopp
cares
hasn't
about
seen it,
close to
yeah.
winning titles? I don't
Yeah.
care about.
And with
Hey,
Klopp,
man,
he's
hey,
not,
man. If City get found guilty, I'm just saying that.
Yeah, we're
that
three-time
domestic
league champion.
treble we've
Yeah,
got.
yeah.
Sahaj,
I'm
there's
just
at
saying.
least 2 seasons where they weren't close to winning a
Shameless.
title. So please.
Look at Vel, like the stream, so my parents let me back in the house. Guys, like the stream, like the stream.
Please.
We're 10 likes away from 250. Let's
You should
get
have blocked the Wi-Fi password, though. You know, that's what you should have done.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Man said so. You guys know that meme on Twitter is like, oh, sign a contract or I'm gonna not let my grandma out the cage. I know you guys have seen that before. So yeah, I hit the like button so his parents let him in. You get me? So combined XI. Let's do this. Lineup builder, our new
Interesting.
thing for combined XI. You get me? There you go.
Sanchez, who
Right here.
Sanchez and goal.
Our guys, relax. Both our teams formation.
I mean, on performances this season, I'll put him in.
4-2-3-1. Of course, it's based on performances this season.
Sanchez
Because
is
if
in.
it's not based on performances this season,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay,
Just,
so shiver me timbers. Reece James starts for. I'm so scared. If this was 2020, I'd be scared, but it's 2024. This guy mopped more floors than he has more games. So let's not think about that. Anyway, big up to all of you guys in the chat. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. In goal, listen, Kelleher for me is better than Sanchez. I'm not even exaggerating.
You said the season. You said the season, and then you said no bias. You're not even trying.
I will say,
You're a fraud, man.
will
You're a
say-
fraud.
Wait. How's that a bad take?
No,
Because
we
you
said
s-
this
how many?
season.
How many games has Kelleher played this
To be
season?
fair, Sam, Keller
Okay,
hasn't
wait,
played
that
this
doesn't
season.
work. One
No,
second.
two. Then you play
No,
Champions
that's
League
fine.
game.
Keep Ahmed off the screen. It's all good. Damn.
No, relax.
Oh, shut up, man.
Respect Ahmed, please.
To be fair, Husam, you did say this season, yeah. Keller hasn't played.
Oh, well, there's no
Yeah,
way.
we're going to play. What is this? 19
Kelleher did
Madison?
play and he kept a clean sheet.
When?
And
Is
Sanchez
this,
is
is this only the? Is this only from the players? who
Robert
played?
Sanchez gave Brighton 2 goals. Wallahi,
I understand, but Kelleher's hardly played.
Yeah.
Played
Okay,
this season.
would you be
Why-
more confident? Would you be more confident this Sunday if your keeper was Kelleher or Sanchez? Be honest.
Wait a minute, hasn't your third goalkeeper nearly played many minutes as Kelleher this season?
No,
What-
no,
Kelleher
no,
has
no,
played
no,
these
no,
whole
don't-
games.
Don't disrespect
Kelleher
Yaros.
I'm not disrespecting.
And if-
I'm saying, hasn't he played minutes as
If
well?
he-
No, no,
if
he
he
hasn't.
doesn't-
Yeah,
Yeah,
He
I'll
gets
get
a
on
clean
Kelleher
sheet
played
as
a lot more
well.
minutes.
Listen, I'll put this out there, yeah. If Yaros does play, you Chelsea fans are gonna be surprised with him.
Okay,
No,
forget
Ram, I'm
Yaros
not.
now.
Ram, I'm not.
Here's
I'm
the thing,
saying
here's the
like
thing,
Yeah.
Andrew. Be honest. Would you be more confident this Sunday if your keeper was Kelleher or Sanchez? Be honest.
that's not the point. That's
Yeah.
That
not
is the point.
No, it's
We're
not.
talking
It's
on
not.
Because even though
form
he's
this
played one
season.
game,
Hang on.
even though he's
Are we
played
doing-
one game,
hang
he's
on.
still better
Why
than
is
Sanchez.
I know
Hang on, are we
Allison
doing-
is injured. Is Allison not being considered because he's injured?
Yeah, we're not considering suspended.
Yeah, we're not
players.
considering the injured players.
Oh, okay.
Sam, this isn't
Otherwise
a
it'd be
combined
Allison,
11 of
without
who
a
I feel
question.
more comfortable with. Do you know what I mean? This is the combined
Yeah.
11 that's played this season.
Can we just add to
Imagine
Joseph
all the
as
great
one?
players we're about to put in this 11 and then Sanchez behind them.
Yes,
Look how
but we're
shit-
doing it on this season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Look
we're
how
doing it
shit
based on the
bro.
season and who's available.
Look how shit it looks, honestly. Imagine.
Just put Sanchez in
Yeah,
there.
I'd rather
That'll be
the
one
spirit
of
of
like
Allison.
3
All the
players in the last game
greatness,
anyway.
you know the players that are gonna get into this team, like Salah, Caicedo, Palmer, and then in the end you're like Sanchez behind them. You know how shit that looks.
It's
Yes,
just
but we're
visual.
going
say
on
they
this
get in the
season.
team.
You know what
What
they
do you
say,
mean?
mate? The game is the game.
Not procrastinating and put him in.
Yeah, man, the game is the game, bro. Put him in.
Come
Okay,
on.
let's go to democracy. Ahmed, who do you
Oh,
vote for?
bullshit, man. Just put him in, man.
Ahmed.
What are we doing here?
Ahmed,
I'm
who
not
do you
voting.
vote
I don't
for?
need to vote because we know the majority's already said Sanchez. Keep it pushing.
Yes.
No,
Sanchez.
me, Ram, and Rax say Kelleher.
No, Ram, but
Wait, I
Ram,
thought you
no,
said
Ram-
democracy. I thought you
Ram
said
said-
democracy.
Ram
I
said,
thought you
oh,
said unbiased.
It's not biased. Come on, bro. Put in
I
Sanchez.
just
want
said
Yaros in the
democracy.
team, bro. What are you on about?
Keep it pushing, bro. Okay, if he puts in Yarrow, then that's still 3-2. So he still won.
Yeah, you've been done by your own.
I'm not gonna
support
put a
there.
poll.
It's democracy.
I'm not gonna put
Hold
a poll.
that. Hold that.
I'm not gonna make a poll because there's about
Some
400
sus democracy
Chelsea haters in
going
the
on.
chat. So that's not what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's not what we're gonna do. That's my point, Travali. That's what I'm saying. You know
Oh,
Kelleher.
don't listen to Chevali, man. He's a massive
No,
Come
troll.
on.
Don't
Yeah,
listen to
man.
him.
No, we don't need to listen to
Okay,
him.
okay. You know what it is? It's 3-3. Let's just put Kelleher.
See,
No,
look at-
just put Allison. Just put Allison in there, bro. Just put Allison in there. That's it.
This
Just put
is
Allison in there.
ridiculous,
Just
bro.
bang.
This is actually ridiculous.
This is not democracy.
This is you know what I mean?
How to remove this guy?
Remove.
It's actually not letting me press it. That's the funny part. Wallahi, here. Look,
There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go.
SAN.
it's so wrong to have Sanchez in this team. Wallahi, it's so
No,
wrong.
just put Allison in there, bro.
The guy
Just
has
make us feel
so.
all
Can we
that.
just put Allison?
But you're
Then-
gonna get,
then we
you're
gotta
gonna have
consider
more
our players
in there
then.
than us anyway.
Yeah.
So just put Sanchez in there.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
wrong.
just at least give us
Go.
Sanchez.
Go on then. Let's,
So
let's
wrong.
put him in there.
So wrong.
Otherwise, we're going to be stuck on this bit for bloody ages.
Okay, you know what? Khalas, I'll just put whatever. We'll just put
Yeah,
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
then. Even though I don't believe it, and he's nowhere near any of these guys. He's
But
not
it-
even the best Sanchez on the fucking thing, bro.
I
Imagine.
have
There are 3 Sanchez's that are known more than him.
Alphabet order his first name. That's what it is.
Okay. Centre back partnership.
I mean,
Can
it's
we
your
make this
both,
quick
both,
and easy?
both, both of you, both of you. Konate, Van Dijk. Let's move on.
Konate Van Dijk. Everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, hard to argue.
No one is
Liverpool's
trying
been
to be
great, but
edgy
it's hard
today.
to argue that one.
Perfect. No edginess. Makes my life easier. No edginess. See, when I write Konate, it's the first guy. There is no, like, I don't have to scroll down.
Congratulations. 200 mil.
Yes.
Konate.
Yeah,
How
oh,
many?
yeah.
Van Dijk, he's the only Van Dijk. There is no.
How many? How many who are called Van
Of
Dijk?
course, the very
Konate,
Konate
you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I promise you, if I were to write Virgil, he'd be the first Virgil.
You know,
If he
Sanchez
wrote-
is.
wait,
You know,
but you know what?
Sanchez
If he wrote,
Sanchez is
Van,
Smith.
if he wrote Van, then a shitload of people would come
yeah.
up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Sanchez is basically John Smith of England. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. What are we talking about?
Right back. Can we?
Put Trent in. We're not doing this. Put Trent in.
يا أخي, how many ads, يا أخي? Trent?
Yeah,
Trent,
right.
Trent.
Trent in.
Yeah.
I love. See, first Trent, right there. First Trent. There are how many
Yeah,
Trents?
'cause how
Trent
many-
Sainsbury, Trent Buhaga, Trent Osler, Trent. And there's
So-
only one.
Trent-
And they're all in Australia. And they're all in Australia.
Hi there.
Who is
Right
Trent?
in front of your
This
face.
is ridiculous.
Trent. Okay.
Uh,
Left back. No Cucurella, obviously, for this team.
Vega.
Oh my God.
Robertson.
I don't know.
I'll take
I'm
Vega.
gonna have to give it to Vega.
Yeah, Ronaldo Vega, man.
No.
We're not doing this, man.
Oh,
we just
look
had
at
this
that
discussion
shameless.
about
We
Keller.
just
Keller
said-
hasn't played.
No,
Can't
we-
give it
play.
to-
you guys
can't give it
talked
to-
about form, and you know Ronaldo
On
Vega.
form.
Can't
In
give it
terms
to
of form,
Vega.
How many games has he played? How many games has he played?
Can we give it to
Vega,
Tsimikas or
Vega,
Robertson?
Vega.
Like, I don't even know.
Yes, of
Normally
course we
I give
can.
it to Robertson, but
Listen,
Robertson
Those
has been
choices
in
at
and out
left
of the
back.
team.
Those choices at left back are shit, right?
Can I just give it to Ben Chilwell? Like,
I mean-
fuck.
No, we need people who
Hey, we
play.
can do that for Alisson, man.
Ben Chilwell
I
did
think
play.
Ronaldo Vega, honestly, mate.
Listen,
I think Ronaldo-
I haven't watched him. I haven't watched him a lot, but it's up to Liverpool fans if they want Tsimikas or Robertson.
There's Robertson, man. Let's not do this.
I think
Yeah.
Ronaldo Vega, honestly, man. I think we need to
Oh,
give
it's not
that
Andy,
first
it's
class.
Andrew.
It's Andrew.
See? First guy.
Jesus.
Once again, this is
Andrew,
the problem
Andrew.
with the Sanchez thing. I write Sanchez, he's the fifth Sanchez. I write Andrew, he's the first Andrew. Not even Winter Sun.
You've probably been on this half an hour before, just putting the names in so they appear at the top. I don't know what you've done.
Everything is beautiful except this guy right here.
Hey,
Can I remove Sanchez and put Petr Cech, please? Like it feels,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Right,
Yeah.
it feels so wrong having this guy right here.
I'll
I
even
swear
give you a
to God.
Courtois. Go ahead, man.
Wow, I thought you guys hated Courtois.
We do.
Oh yeah, but listen.
We do.
Yeah.
That's
But you know
fine.
it is, man. It's Marshall, man. Marshall dislikes everyone. So
Midfield
Okay,
three, do
let's
we
look
all agree?
midfield. Grav,
Gravenberg,
Grav.
Caicedo.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Grav-
Come on.
Caicedo, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Gravenberch, Caicedo.
No. Gravenberch,
Who do you want?
McAllister, and
No,
Palmer.
we're not doing
No,
that. We're
no,
not doing that.
Caicedo's in.
Caicedo has to be in that
McAllister's
conversation.
getting in this team.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
We
Not
are not
getting in
doing
It's
this.
Gravenberch
Not
and
getting in the
Caicedo.
team, man. Not
No,
getting in.
McAllister has to get in this
It's
team.
gonna be Moises
he doesn't.
Kante.
Caicedo,
right?
bro.
Who's
Caicedo's
the-
in
who's
better
the
than
last
McAllister.
one?
You need
Caicedo,
some
literally.
blessed quiet
It
in
has
that
to be
midfield,
Caicedo.
man.
be
Come
Caicedo.
on.
Rax, what do you
It has
think,
to be
Rax?
Caicedo.
Let's give him Moises Caicedo. Sure. Let's
You know
can you
we
type?
do this-
Can you type in? Can you type in Moises? Can you type in Moises? Because I want to be. I'm not sure he's going to be the first Moises.
Yeah, well-
Okay,
Palmer on
if I type in Moises and he's not the first Caicedo, we have to go McAllister.
It's ridiculous.
We have to go McAllister.
Yes,
So
yes,
I'll
yes,
type
yes.
in Moises. You
Yes,
and your luck
Please,
here.
please, man.
It's going to be the guy who used to play for Juve.
There you go.
Shit.
Shit.
It was.
Yeah, hold that.
Respect Moises. Respect Moises.
But we all know who's the better midfielder, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but Caicedo. That's what
Yeah,
yeah.
McAllister.
No, he's not, bro.
One's
Why
got a
you
World
managed to
Cup and a
take him off
Copa
against
America, man.
Palace?
Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, you managed
Okay.
to take him off against Palace.
Right wing, do we need to argue?
You got Madueke,
No.
that's what I'm gonna say.
I would like
No.
Ahmed to argue Noni Madueke, even though he probably
Are you
won't.
going
on,
Madueke
yeah,
over Salah?
You could
There
argue
you
my
Are you actually going to go?
Listen, I'm not gonna
Go ahead,
argue
man.
that one. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna give shout
You know
out to-
Madueke has 0 assists. You know that.
You know Madueke has 4 goals. So hey, you know what I mean?
You know who?
Yeah,
You know how many goals Salah has? 6. So sit on the
Actually, hold on.
Sam, I don't want you to type Salah. I want you to type just MO and what pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see
Mohamed.
Mo.
Oh no, let me.
I'm a hate.
There you are. There you are. How many Mohammeds are there in Wales?
Mohamed Kudus, Mohamed
Form is
Tikan.
temporary, class is permanent.
Class is permanent. There you are. There you are. Striker.
It has to be Jackson, I'm afraid, in terms of
It
like
has to
form
be.
and goal scored. It has to
Has
be.
to be.
Your boy
It
John's
has
got
to
2
be.
goals, 2 assists, if I'm not mistaken.
Luis
And
Diaz.
Nicholas Jackson has got 4
Luis
goals.
Diaz is going on
and
the
2
list.
assists.
What are we doing here?
It's got to be
Come on,
Jackson.
yeah.
Striker, Ram.
Oh yeah, striker. We're not doing left wing.
Yeah, striker's
Yeah,
got to
we're
be
just striker,
Jackson, boy.
striker. Has to be Jackson.
Hey, Jota, the best conversion rate of any striker in the Premier League, man.
How many goals Jota got in the league?
Right, it's all about conversion rate, bro. I don't want.
Don't do that. Don't do that. How many
goals
goals Jota got in the league? We know who it is, man. We
I
know
need
it
a
is.
clinical striker.
Listen,
If it's
we know,
conversion.
listen, we know what the answer is, man. Keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Nicholas Jackson.
When he's injured later this season, he'll keep that conversion rate.
Literally Jackson.
We'll get to that conversation when we get to it. That's all I'm saying.
Man said that. What
No,
are you
no,
doing,
no, no,
bro?
no. We're not
What are
doing
you
this. We're not doing
What?
this.
What a joke.
Iron Man. No, for Sam, we've got Sanchez in goal, bro. Might as well just put him in up front.
I'll be honest with you. We have to change Sanchez. We
It'll
have
balance
to.
it out.
You got a whole lot of players, but Sanchez is so wrong, honestly.
We told you could put Peter Cech in there.
I will. Wait, who did he play last in the league?
What do you mean?
Who did Liverpool play last?
They
in the
played
league?
Crystal Palace.
He scored.
Okay, I'll concede putting Allison in there because he played most of the game against Palace anyway. So you need to put Allison in there.
Guys, because look, I told you we're going to
put
build a good
Kukurea
team.
then by this argument. That should we not be putting Kukurea by that argument then as well?
Okay. No, because Kukurea is sent off. That's different.
He didn't get sent off. He just been suspended for 5 yellow cards.
That's fine. He's suspended.
And Cucurella's not even touching this team.
If Allison was fit, he
That's
could
not
play.
true. Kukurea is better than Robertson. I don't
Bro,
even.
come on now.
No,
He
he's
won a
not.
Euros. He won a Euros.
Point blank,
Do
period.
not.
He has a song and a commercial.
Do not
Let-
do
let-
this
let-
because he's got that damn song.
Hey,
He
Sanchez,
drinks
Left
Australia.
wing, we obviously don't have
Hey,
to argue, right? 5 goals.
No, Luis Diaz, yeah, has to be.
Luis Diaz. This is the. This
Oh
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
team.
That's- yeah, that's not-
Sanchez-
The only edit I do is literally Kelleher for Sanchez because Sanchez is a bozo. That's it.
Yeah, but I can't listen. There's
did
more of
the
an
Yarrow
argument for me for Allison than Keller because Allison's played most
You know
of the
what? I'd
games.
rather the spirit of
Mm.
Allison be there than Sanchez in goal, man. I'm just saying.
I think the spirit.
But
of
then
Sanchez-
if we're doing, but then Ahmed's got a point with Cucurella as well. So
yeah,
It's true.
it's up
I
to
wouldn't
you.
swap Robertson for the spirit of Cucurella.
I would
that's
swap
Cucurella
Robertson.
currently is better
I
than
would
That
100%
is downgrade
swap
now.
Robertson for Cucurella.
Robertson, bro.
That's an
I'll
upgrade.
probably have Shimikas over Robertson.
You lot have drank that
Jesus.
damn Kool-Aid song right there. Because he sang that stupid song about Haaland, you've all just drank that.
No, we
Kool-Aid.
watched him play.
no, it's not.
We watch him play.
Watch him
We
play.
watch him play, and again, I am
He
Cucurella's
can
biggest
invert.
hater. I'm Cucurella's biggest hater.
Cucurella.
You know
What's
what I
it
mean?
called?
Again,
He
I am
drinks
Cucurella's biggest
Stray
hater.
or
And if I'm
something.
giving him
Once
credit,
someone,
Yeah, that's
once Robertson has a personality that they can make a song about him.
I actually have the perfect way to solve this.
Oh no!
Who would you guys? Marshall, Andrew, and Ahmed. Who has to represent you in this game? You have to
What
choose
we're doing,
one.
though. I don't know what we're
Just-
doing.
Just you choose one. Doesn't matter. Just choose
One
one.
player to represent
Yes.
me?
One of you out of you 3.
me.
Choose one out of you 3.
No, Surfer. I'm giving it
I'm
to
choosing
Surfer.
myself to represent
I
myself.
trust Surfer. I
Okay,
trust
Okay,
Surfer.
well,
Seth, who do you
I
vote
choose
for?
myself then. So it's 2
Yeah.
against 1.
The experienced player.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna play rock paper scissors,
Wow.
and if you win, we keep Sanchez.
Experience is very, very important in this
Yes,
game. Yeah,
yes.
very important.
Oh,
I think I was around when they invented.
Andrew under
my
pressure.
God.
Andrew under pressure. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Rock paper scissors. Choose one. If you win, we keep Sanchez. You lose, we put Kelleher. That's it. Go ahead.
What's it? Oh, okay. Paper.
Oh my god.
Wait, are we getting best? Hang on. Are we getting best of 3? We get best of
No,
3?
no, we said one
Yes.
time.
And,
Wow.
come on, and,
Great
and-
one,
Okay,
great
so
one,
guys,
great one.
via Andrew losing, he gets
Oh, no.
Marshall. Great Marshall.
You know, guys,
failed
us.
guys,
No.
guys,
Keller.
my fellow Chelsea fans are in the chat. I'm so sorry that I feel guilty. Robert Sanchez is out of this team. I'm devastated.
Hold that, Marshall.
Oh, no,
Hey.
how will I ever recover?
Can we not make a claim for McAllister in this team, man? I'm just saying.
No.
You're more of a chance
Listen,
of
to be honest-
Sanchez.
to be honest with you, joking aside, right? I'm generally being serious. I think this is a very fair team. Caicedo,
so.
Palmer, and Jackson. We obviously have the better wingers. Gravenberg has to start. Back 4, no need to debate. And with the keeper, I understand, obviously, logically, you would
Yeah.
put the guy that played more. But Sanchez has made so many mistakes this season that I just can't physically put him in a combined 11. Because I've seen this guy, yes, he has had world-class saves, but even his distribution, he gives the ball to the opposition. He just fucks around a lot, to be honest with you. So.
Shall we rename it then? It's not. It's a combined 10, not a combined 11. Should we just leave the goalkeeper out of it?
I'm willing to do this.
Combined 10.
No need
There
for
you
the
go.
No,
keeper.
because you
Come
need
on.
a goalkeeper, man.
No need.
Not with that defense.
Not in this system. Not in this system.
No need.
Yeah, not in this system. Yeah, it's not Rush.
Who's your greatest ever keeper?
Per check.
No
Peter
doubt.
Cech,
Our greatest
without
ever
a
keeper,
doubt.
I'd say, is probably Allison, in like modern.
Yeah, no, I agree. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so Ahmed is backing himself, right? So Ahmed,
Yeah.
Ahmed, right now.
Hey, you know what? I'll back Ahmed. Let's see what Ahmed.
Okay,
can do.
Ahmed, I will let you choose this time. Rock,
Yeah.
paper, scissors.
I'll tell you what. If you let me down,
If you win, we
If you
put.
let me down, you really are a Rens
If
fan.
you lose, we put Allison. Ahmed, choose.
I'm gonna go Rock.
I went for
Could
the
be
rock.
paper, innit?
And he
I
did.
knew it. I knew it. I knew it. You're not a Chelsea
Hands on a
fan.
roll.
Oh
Chelsea
my
fans on a roll.
days. Listen, I put you through on goal 3 times and you just bottled it every single time. So it's not my fault. So we're just gonna go with Alison Becker, which at least is respectful to this fucking
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
right?
This rock paper scissors performance by us is like Phil Foden for England. It's just terrible. That's it.
Hey, this is a good team anyway. Listen, on that note, big up to everyone locked in. This was a very fun stream, I'll be honest with you. Big up to you guys in the chat. Big up to everyone on the
course.
panel.
Big up,
Kingsley,
big up.
Sahaj, Varun, Mulati, Tanya, Papa Beard, Nags, and Abdi Has. Big up to all of you guys for sending in super chats. Big up to everyone in the chat who's shown us love. This was actually quite a fun stream, to be honest with you. I had so much fun doing this. We have hit 250 likes, so thank you guys so much. Try to hit the like button on your way out so you can hit 300. Casual AFC is in the description. That's where you can find Marshall and Andrew. The Bridge Nation in the location in the description. That's where you can find Ahmed. Raxing One is his Twitter right there. Only place you can find them. And the Ram Stand. Hopefully one day I will be scrolling on my YouTube and see him go live. So anyway,
Wait,
this has
Sam,
been an
can
incredible.
I just say something? The biggest
What?
takeaway that Ahmed and I have from this stream is that we will let Marshall do the rock paper scissors next time. That's all.
Next time we need a rock paper scissors. Let's just go with Marshall.
the reverse picture when we do the preview, we'll let Marshall do the rock paper.
Yeah, we'll let Marshall do the rock paper
Yeah.
scissors. I think that's
Chelsea
a secret.
3-0. How about that? Love. That's where we're going, man.
Are any of you going live after this, by the way?
No.
Marshall, are you going live?
No, not today. Day off today. I got to think about the
Ahmed?
game.
Okay. Is there anyone to redirect
Focus.
to? Who we
I
like?
think is Flawless on now. I think he's doing one of his specials.
I think Flawless is.
Why is
Flawless should be
Northside
on.
still live for Portugal, Scotland? That shit finished like 5 hours ago.
Flawless is on,
Anyway.
yeah.
Is he
see you
still
guys
live?
That's
Yeah.
the real grind, man. Big up to him, man. Real
Right.
grind, man.
Anyway, yeah, I love you all, man. Subscribe to all these
Chelsea
guys.
3-0, man.
Tomorrow, Ahwa, inshallah, 11 p.m.
Oh, yes.